Okay, we're on. Good day, everybody. Good Sunday greetings. Hmm, we're here for the last week of August. Holy moly. But I sort of stopped saying, I can't believe how quickly time is going by because I think I would just say it every day. It's incredible. So, anyhow, let's get started. So, I'm going to pull cards here for this week coming up, which is going to be August 28th through September 3rd. And of course, the cards really are for you whenever you come to them. So, if you come to them in the middle of September, it doesn't matter. The cards are for you. Okay, so get a sip going and let's get going. I have YouTube and Instagram. Okay, so for this week, what I'm going to do for the general messages is use Oracle of the Unicorns. I find this to be a pretty intense deck. And we also have a full moon on Wednesday, full moon in Pisces. And so why not have an intense deck for an intense full moon? Right? So I'm going to pull cards here, right here for Monday, Tuesday. I'm going to pull cards for Wednesday, Thursday. Instagram's still doing a thing over here, but I can't wait. Wednesday, Thursday, right on top. And then a card for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I don't know who's on YouTube, unless you tell me you're here, but that's okay. All right, so yeah, Instagram's still doing a thing. Okay, so let's just go. Monday, Tuesday, we have support. And again, this is Oracle of the Unicorns. Ask for help, get more real, nurture yourself. Here you go, YouTube. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. I love the images on this deck. Instagram for you. So in terms of the beginning of the week, asking for help. I think that's going to be the big thing. Asking for help. Part of getting more real and nurturing yourself is being able to ask for help. And so remembering that you do have a support network. Sometimes we sort of feel like we're doing things on our own. And how do you stop and ask somebody? It seems like more effort to get somebody else to do something than to just do it yourself, right? I think we all can say we've been there. If we're not still there, we will be there. But it's really important to just ask, even if it's the littlest thing, like the smallest thing, right? Like, hey, can you put that dish in the dishwasher? I don't know, like the littlest thing, the thing that takes some burden off of you. And the burden doesn't have to be enormous, right? But remember that you do have a good support team. Remember that you can always ask for help. And people want to be there for you. That's why they are your tribe. They support you, they surround you, they want to be there. And I think the other piece about asking for help is that when we ask, and I know I've said this before, but when we ask, we allow others to give. And so everything in this universe is yin and yang, right? It's give and take, it's up and down, it's duality. And when we have that out of balance, then things go wonky. And so part of asking for help is allowing someone else to give. So yes. So what it is that there is someone in your group, and your group could be completely random stranger, but in that moment, they are in your group. And there is someone who is needing to be of service. And your asking for help is going to allow that person to fulfill something that they need to do for their Dharma. That's the piece. Oh, yes. Okay. Hey, from Bloomington. Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, see, and we have gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness, speak words of love. So that to me really sort of solidifies that message at the beginning of the week. about be kind to yourself and others, gentleness, right? It's creating a space for others to be able to be of service because you're being of service too, right? When you ask for help, you are being of service to someone else. This is the beauty. This is how it all ties together. It's not selfish. Okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Beloved, prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship. Believe you are lovable. So if any of those resonate with you, look at the card. So juicy, lovely. If any of that resonates with you, take it. Prepare for your life partner. Maybe that is an intimate partner, maybe that's a romantic partner, but it also could be someone that's just on your path, that is to be in your life and is to partner with you, right? So be open to all of that. Romance is returning to your relationship. Maybe you are in a relationship. Maybe you'll see a spark, right? Why not? Believe you are lovable. And I do want that for everybody here, that you really do believe that you are lovable, you believe you are loved, and you believe that your love matters. That's what I would want for all of you. So those are the messages for this week. I know it's a quiet Sunday, so this is probably going to be a very quick reading, but I am happy to pull a card if anybody has a request. I do have to restore the chat. Something happened over here. I have no idea. It is Mercury retrograde, and you know that I am technologically challenged anyhow. So if you did put something in the YouTube chat, you might have to type it again because it just went to a thing that I had to restore chat. Things are very slow on Instagram. I don't know what's happening over there. So if you've got anything you want to put in the chat, if you have a request, put it in the chat, YouTube or Instagram, and I will pull a card. I have some lovely decks on the table, a couple of decks that I haven't used in a while. So yeah, Mia would appreciate a card. Mia, I'm going to go to Signs of the Times. It's got a little piece of rhodochrosite on it. This is one of my favorite stones. Actually, my ring is rhodochrosite too. I love this stone. Hey, look, my chat's popping in on YouTube. That card just hit home because I just wrote on my blog about balance. Yet, Carolyn, the chat's really slow, so I don't know which card, but my guess is the entire reading now that, oh yeah, great cards for the week. Yeah, I'll get you a card too. Okay, let's get a card for Mia out of Signs of the Times. Right here, sitting on top, Mia. Water, surrender. And it's number 39. 3 and 9 is 12. In tarot, 12 is the Hanged Man, which is all about surrender. And when we're in water, we can be buoyant. We can just float and surrender without having to make such an effort. Water is all of our emotion, right? It's our intuition, it's our relationships, it's our love, it's our beloved. Look how those two sort of, oh, look at those two together. Oh, I'm sort of digging that. So yeah, just surrender to what is. I feel like this is a theme. Was last week something about that or similar? But it's really a time to just not be taking so much action. Doesn't mean that we're not putting it out there. Doesn't mean that we're not supporting it, but we're just not like really, toiling so much. We've set the stage. We've sowed the seeds. Now we're just going to surrender for a little bit and give ourselves that time to reflect, give ourselves that time to absorb and sit with everything that's going on and just be with it without needing to direct it. Really nice. The theme of surrender has been present for me over the recent past. Hits home and we'll lean into this. This is most definitely a theme. Yeah, I can't remember exactly last week, but I feel like it was something similar last week about just letting it be, like just letting things be and letting others be. And you just get into your cozy little pool, whether that's warm water or cold water, whatever your preference is, tepid, whatever it is, you just get in there and you just be in your own little float tank. Okay, Carolyn, let's get a card for Carolyn. Carolyn, I think I am going to, you talked about balance, huh? You talked about balance. So, Carolyn, I think I'm going to go to my handy dandy little Rider-Waite deck for you. Let's get that card for Carolyn. Oh, I can't tell you how I love this deck. This is the deck that I use for most of my private readings. And then I use other decks, of course. But when this deck is in my hands, it's like, it's cozy. There we go, Carolyn, right on top. And I love it, I love it, I love it. Here you go. The Fool. There you go, Instagram. The Fool. So Carolyn, the Fool in tarot, it's 0. And 0 is the beginning and 0 is the end, right? So in tarot, we have the journey of the Fool. That is what tarot is about. It's our journey through life. We are the Fool. And the Fool doesn't mean that we're dumb. It just means that we can go out there and just follow our path, follow our dreams, follow our passions without all of the baggage that we accumulate through life, because we start as 0. We've got nothing. All we have are tools. We have tools and we're driven by our passion. We're driven by what it is that's most pure inside of us. And we have angelic support and spirit guides and our tribe that we talked about. Here's that support. We have all of that saying, go ahead, go for it. Get out there, take the risk, take the step. Don't worry. And then we go through the cycle of everything that we're doing, and we learn and we fall and we stumble, but then we get the messages of how we keep going. And then we come all the way to the end, to the world card, when it all just is in order. And then we start again. So whatever you've got going on, just take it. Take it. Don't worry about it. Don't think twice. Just step out and do it. Because then it's going to become clear. Whatever happens is going to happen. And then you'll figure it out as you go along. But don't cut yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. Don't miss the opportunity. Say yes. Okay. Shri is asking for a card. Shri, I think I'm going to go to my Empowering Questions deck. This is another deck I haven't used recently, but I really love it. Empowering Questions for Shri. It is a fabulous card. The Fool is like, just do it. It's a say yes card. Here we go, Shri. So Empowering Questions is a question back to you that is asking you to reflect upon this question. And the question is, what kind of advice on life would my old self give to my current self? Let's think about that for a moment. And I will read that again. What kind of advice on life would my old self give to my current self? Now, philosophically, I think we could have a huge discussion on this question. So you take it and work with it. Because like what I'm getting is your old self, there are parts of you that you still have, right? I mean, we are who we are. I don't think that we change as a core, right? We are who we are. How we see things and how we relate to people and what we do, that is part of how we get through life, right? And that's when we let things go. You know, we used to do this all the time. We used to say this all the time, but we don't anymore. And so I guess maybe the old self is telling the current self, yeah, I I used to do that, or this worked for us before, but you know what? You don't have to do that anymore. Remember that. Give me more to yourself, I guess. Give me more to yourself. Yeah, think about that. Like, how is that? Yeah, and maybe it is parts of your old self saying to your new self, hey, like, this isn't a bad idea. Use this part, do this. And also maybe your old self saying, yeah, don't worry about it. Because I did all the worrying. I did all the worrying for you. I did all the heavy lifting for you. It's already done. You don't need to do it anymore. So, uh, you know, be free. Like Mia's card, surrender, gentleness. The message is here. Carolyn's card of the Fool. Yeah, just go for it. Okay, that's what I have. True. Yeah, I think you can really play with that question a lot, but it's worth sitting and asking, right? So, like last week's card that I did put in my newsletter today about honestly assess, I'll probably just hang that card everywhere because it's so wonderful. Um, but it is, it's about assessing where you are today and assessing where you've been and what you do and why you do what you do, right? So anyhow, folks, okay, did anyone else have a question or are we good? Question or request? I think we're probably wrapping up. It is a quick one today. Um, be in touch if you want to do your own readings, everybody. Um, subscribe to my newsletter. I will be sending out some promos coming out next month, probably the end of the month, going into October. There'll be a little promo coming. So yeah, if you're a subscriber of my newsletter, you'll get that. And then of course you get all my quirky little thoughts and writings. So, all right, everybody, thank you for being here. Enjoy your final week of the long week of August, long month of August, I should say, and that full moon coming up this week in Pisces. So uh, also goes back to the Fool and just and the water. Huge on the water, right? Pisces doesn't have boundaries. Pisces sees everybody as the same. There is no difference between me and you and that person. Pisces is like, we are one here. And so maybe think about that as you're going into that full moon. Like, what am I doing? What am I holding on to that prevents me from being one with others, right? Because when we can see ourselves as one with all beings, everything, then there's no separation, there's no judgment, there's no you and me, and I have to do this in order for you to do that. It doesn't exist. So yeah, dive into that water element this week with that full moon coming up. Yes, it is Shri. Yeah, it's got a nice rose quartz on the bottom. I love this. Wear it every day. And I feel it. Love it. All right, everybody. Ciao, ciao. Great week. I will see you next time. Adios. Ciao, ciao.